My name's Officer Gerard Pérez. I'm a police officer at the Palomar College Police Department. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I became a police officer. My humble beginnings start with my mother and father, who came from the state of Michoacan in Mexico. It was a small ranchito. I had two brothers and a sister. My parents didn't have a lot of money. We just made do with the best of what we had. I'll mention a little bit about my father since he was the one who had an impact in my life. Some of it good and some of it not so good. My father had a third grade level education and was a laborer who worked in the factory for 40 years. My father was a good provider, but he definitely was not a person you could come and convey your feelings to. My siblings and I grew up in a domestic violence environment, which consisted of my father drinking a lot and physically abusing my mother. At times, my siblings and I received some of his anger. A lot of my experiences with police were negative because they were always responding to some kind of conflict with my father. This was a normal environment that I grew up in, even up to my high school years. In the 5th grade, I had a police officer visit my school one time. Because I found the officer so approachable and so kind, I decided I wanted to become a police officer when I grew up. I attended Palomar College. During that time, I attended 3 police academies in my career and was eventually the first police officer hired at Palomar College. As I now come to the end of my career after 26 years of law enforcement, I find it even more important to build relationships, trust, and transparency with students, staff, and the community. It is my hope that through the police department's relationship-based policing, that we can address and cure any type of anxiety or distrust that the community has with police officers. Although my upbringing was very difficult, I never gave up hope to better myself and to serve my community and to give back something of the things that I learned as I grew up. I love my father very much. Forgiveness is one of the highest forms of love. Sincerely, Officer Gerard Pérez.